Hello everyone, my name is Khoreva and tonight we're at Teatro Arcimboldi in Milano and we're about to perform one of the Caravaggio shows that we're performing here. Currently we're performing 11 shows of this beautiful, beautiful ballet, and as I'm getting ready to perform it once again, actually twice today, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my vision of the layers of the meanings in this beautiful ballet created by Mauro Bigonzetti on the music of Claudio Monteverdi, transcribed by Bruno Moretti. And I am so lucky to be working with an incredible team of people, Roberto, Bolle, of course, performing the title role of Caravaggio, and so many more beautiful dancers. And of course, we cannot forget about the lighting by Carlo Cerri that is creating the beautiful atmosphere of the true Caravaggesque scenery on stage. So, there are a couple of layers of meanings in this ballet for me personally. And the first, quite obvious layer is that in this ballet there are a few characters, one of which is the light that I am performing, the other one is the dark or the darkness, and the third very beautiful character is beauty, beautiful character beauty, excuse my language. But anyway, so yes, in a life of every person, but more so every artist that creates something incredible in this life. These are two opposite instances, but the two that we use in our lives to create something, two paints that we paint our life with. And with painter, it is quite obvious as well, because in Caravaggio's life, he even created and was using the technique called chiaroscura, which chiaro means light and scuro means dark. And it was his famous technique of creating beautiful volume and incredible emotions in his paintings. And this is the technique where light is really emphasized, and the painters usually work from dark colors and then painting light colors on the dark surface. And this is actually fascinating because Caravaggio influenced the art society immensely with this technique, and of course we can also interpret this as the colors of his life, not only his art but also his life. And of course, in order to create something, you need both light and darkness. And with the colors of light and darkness, you can create what? You can create beauty. And this is the first layer. To start the second layer of meanings, we need to answer ourselves one question: what is beauty? It is, of course, subject to many discussions what beauty truly is, and many philosophers, many artists, and many people throughout many centuries have always contemplated this topic. And beauty is something really unimaginable and indescribable even. But for me, I guess the definition of beauty as the top functionality is what resonates with me the most. And in all of the paintings, in all of the creations of the artists, there should be beauty in some way, even in the ugly paintings, in ugly forms that we sometimes see in art. There is also some sense of beauty in unimaginable way, I think, because otherwise these creations wouldn't be genius. So this balance of something creates beauty, and for me it's balance of light and darkness. And that brings us to this other character in Ballet Caravaggio, which is called Beauty. And Caravaggio has a beautiful duet with Beauty, and light is guiding light. Me, I'm honored to be on stage at this time and kind of guide through these two beings, Beauty and Caravaggio, through their beautiful duet, and see how Beauty is being created and how I am helping the artist to create that beauty. So then we have the third layer. Of course, light and darkness, it's pretty abstract, right, about the painter's life, because how are we going to achieve the state when the artist can truly use light and darkness? How can we create chef-d'oeuvre? How can we create something as majestic to inspire centuries and generations? Of course, for that we need a certain incredible amount of skill, certain huge amount of training, of mastering your craft truly, deeply loving it, loving every second and sacrificing yourself to mastering the professionalism behind what you do. It is like that, I believe, in every aspect of a human's life. If you want to reach greatness in anything you do, you need to really master the craft. You need to acquire so much skill. And this is, as hard as it sounds, as difficult as it sounds, it's humanly possible, and we have a lot of examples of people really being incredible professionals. But I believe there's something more than that, because as here in Italy we are visiting many beautiful, gorgeous museums, and some paintings, some sculptures just stand out so much more than the others. For example, one of the paintings would be absolutely intricate. Absolutely, you know, you would want to eat the apple that is depicted on the painting. You would want to like touch the silk, but at the same time it wouldn't have the emotion and the soul and the God-sent inspiration inside the painting. That is at least how I feel watching some of the paintings against another paintings. And the question is, how do we reach this state to create something timeless, something truly timeless that would be astonishing, like Medusa by Caravaggio. I was so shocked to see this creation. It is just one face of a monster from the ancient legends, but how truly terrifying it is, and how truly humanly it is. It is unimaginable. It is absolutely surreal to look at it and to feel what you feel while watching this creation unfold before your eyes, in front of your eyes. So, how to create that? How to catch the God-sent spirit? How to capture it inside your creation? How to translate it into something that you do and reach the people's souls with it? Try to answer this question yourself. But I believe that the only answer to that would be, I don't know. And nobody ever truly knew the answer to that. Maybe Bach, maybe Johann Sebastian Bach, because it is just impossible to create so many genius pieces of music, as many as he created during his life. But apart from him, I really truly don't know who else could find an answer. But at the same time, and we are reaching the fourth or fifth, I lost count of layers of meanings in this ballet, but this Ballet Caravaggio is also asking this question, how to find it, how to find and capture the spirit. And artists are searching, and the only way to try capturing it is to keep searching, keep looking for it, keep looking for inspiration, keep looking for ways to find inspiration. And that's what Caravaggio was doing all his life. He was a difficult person. He had a difficult life path. He wasn't perfect in any way possible. He was, you know, he was drinking a lot, he was in contact with many bad people, and so on and so on. You can read about his biography. But he even killed someone, and he died when he was around 40 years old. But the only thing that we probably know for sure about him is that he kept searching in different directions, trying everything, trying this way, that way, trying to find in life what he could use in his craft, in his art, because at that point, craft becomes true art. And so yes, I think this question is important not only for the artists out there. In a way, I feel like every person is an artist, definitely, because in our life we're always searching for something that we don't know what it is, but we keep searching. And this is the question that every person can ask in his life: how to search and what to search. And these are just a few questions that Ballet Caravaggio is asking us. Of course, it is not giving us answers. Of course, it is not giving us keys, because it would be impossible. But it makes us deeply think about our life, about what legacy is about. And I want to say that Caravaggio was a genius painter, genius, truly genius artist. But he wasn't a good man, and he did not leave memory about him as a good human being, but he left timeless memory about him as an artist. And what is more important, to become a great artist or to become a great man? We are all gonna eventually die. So what is more important? All of these questions start emerging inside me when I'm contemplating about the meanings of Ballet Caravaggio. And what do you think? So hopefully, if you have a chance to watch this ballet in the future, please do so. And it is just insane amount of inspirations that I'm getting every day performing this ballet. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye.